Beanie Babies were huge in the second half of the 1990s and into the early 2000s. I remember people collecting those things and selling them for hundreds of dollars for a tiny 6 to 16-inch plushie.
This is a first edition Jean-Benet Ramsey commemorative Beanie Baby.
Apparently, some went and even still supposedly go for thousands. But today, you'd be hard-pressed to find a buyer, as it seems a large number of collectors have lost interest, or simply have the ones they want already. Beanie Babies are definitely not a hot trend anymore either, so finding people just starting their collections seems to be a nearly impossible find. But what are Beanie Babies exactly? Why were they so popular, and what's with this obscure 2000s web game everyone seems to have forgotten about? Everyone but me, as I had a very specific yet blurry memory pop up as I was sitting on my couch, stoned one night. And for the sake of YouTube TOS, yes, I do sometimes shapeshift into a rock. Beanie Babies are stuffed animals created in 1993 by Tie Inc. and became majorly popular as collector's items in the late 90s. They weren't only collected as cute stuffed toys, but specifically for their resale value as well. Production of the toys came to a halt in 1999, but were brought back just a year later in 2000 due to high demand. I, for one, am quite happy about this decision to start production of the little plushies again, as in early 2008, Beanie Babies 2.0 was born. This new line of Beanie Babies supposedly came with a code, quite similar to Webkinz, which is insane because for some reason I don't remember purchasing a Beanie Baby or receiving a code, but I must have done so. I didn't have many Beanie Babies as a kid. I had maybe 3 over my entire childhood and currently own none, unless you count those few sitting in my parents' basement collecting dust. I should look to see if they're worth something. Knowing my luck, probably not. Besides, as I said earlier, finding a buyer is luck in and of itself these days. Anyways, this code would allow you to play games with your Beanie Baby in a virtual world. This website, since shut down, was very similar to Webkinz. My guess is that Beanie Babies created this site after seeing the popularity of Webkinz, which surged in popularity, having 1 million players in 2006, just a year after it was launched. Beanie Babies 2.0, however, likely didn't see the same amount of success, and quite honestly, appears to be lost media in many ways. All I could really find online when searching about it was a brief mention in a Wikipedia article, a few YouTube videos, one being another short video essay, and there is absolutely no mention of it on the official Beanie Baby website either. The best I've found have been Reddit threads, mainly being in lost media archive subreddits of people describing the little they remember and desperately searching in hopes of finding any content out there about the game. In one Reddit thread, someone left a link to a couple gameplay videos, but the clips are limited, 2 minutes at best, and show just a small fraction of what the game really was, most lacking any sound as well. However, I was ecstatic to see in full view not just blurry images from my neglected brain. The food court. Of course, the thing I remember most is the food court. Can't help it. To be honest, the food looked and sounded appetizing as hell, and the unique characters featured as the food court employees made a lasting impact. The moose, who looks straight out of a James Bond movie, or the otter, who reminds me of that stoned image of myself from earlier in this video. Living his best life, man. Serving those grape escapes. Of course, I'm sure there are a ton of minigames that are truly lost media, but I did find some clips of a few. Patriotic Pals was a game where the goal was to get a certain amount of votes in an election by moving back and forth, tossing frisbees at other animals walking by. Okay. Teaching politics to them young. That's 100% how it works, kids. You go through different areas to try and win votes. The game doesn't appear to get any more difficult as it goes on. Each area requires you to get 25 votes, and no extra obstacles appear as the game progresses or anything. It's always just an open field. Pico's River Ride looks like a classic try not to hit the objects coming your way kind of game, in which you float down a river and the object is to jump over the logs, rocks, and any other items. That just seems to be about all there is to it. Maybe this game was better from my memory. From these games, though, I'm not exactly sure what the currency is called. You appear to earn beans of some sort. Kind of reminds me of Toontown, where the currency is jelly beans. I was also reminded of the mascot of Beanie Babies 2.0, a red dog named Snoots.
Since you guys are new to Beanie Land, I should show you around. My name is Snoot, and I'll be your tour guide this afternoon.
Tide does still have short animated videos featuring Snoots up on their YouTube channel. And oh man, are these animations very 2000s. All the animals besides Snoots definitely remind me of Webkinz with the way they're designed and edited in this video. I was excited to see as well things that completely slipped my mind. The spa, which reminded me a lot of giving your Webkinz a bath. The insane amount of shampoo they covered and scrubbed the poor animal with. The giant toothbrush with way too much toothpaste for the little creature. Honestly, looking on Reddit and finding more information about it that I've forgotten, many parts of the game feel like a fever dream. According to a couple Redditors, there was a haunted house party aspect of the game that played Rihanna's Please Don't Stop the Music on repeat. I have a strange feeling I vaguely remember this. However, there have been cases in the past of people, quote-unquote, remembering things that weren't real when another person brings it up. And unfortunately, there's no way to prove this one either, unlike the food court. Some of these things could very well be a misremembrance, as another Redditor claimed that it was instead the Witch Doctor song that played. Several aspects of this game simply appear to be true lost media, or a strange Mandela effect type situation. Many details of the game were likely different to what people remember, even if only slightly, especially considering we were all likely around kindergarten age at the time. In 2013, 5 years after its launch, the plug was officially pulled, and Beanie Babies 2.0 would fade into obscurity, largely becoming lost media due to the lack of recorded gameplay or screenshots. I'm sure it didn't help that it was largely overshadowed by its predecessor and larger counterpart, Webkinz. But Beanie Babies 2.0 is still fondly remembered by the few who played it, with now nothing but fuzzy memories and the remembrance of feelings it provoked. Unlike games such as Club Penguin, Webkinz, and even Moshi Monsters, Beanie Babies 2.0 will likely never have a return in any capacity. Which is a shame, since not only would I love to play it again, it's frustrating to not be able to remember much about it. In the r/Lost Media subreddit, this Redditor said as well that the Wayback Machine could be used to access older versions of Tide.com to view animation shorts that were created for Beanie Babies 2.0. But not all the videos would play. However, they did give a bit of an insight on what they could potentially have been by using icons and text to come up with some theories. A tour video in which Snoots gives a tour of Beanie Babies 2.0 world and informs you about the different features. I was a bit confused about this because I did find a video similar to it that was uploaded to Ty's official YouTube channel. So this could potentially be the same one this Redditor was talking about.
And keep your paws in the vehicle at all times. There will be absolutely no flash photography permitted. Please remain seated until the vehicle comes to a complete stop. Are there any questions? Okay.
One thing, though, that I could not find on the YouTube channel or anywhere else online was that there was apparently a character in the game called Dr. No. This character was an owl and, well, a doctor. Basically a ripoff of Dr. Quack from Webkinz. Most of these videos the Redditor discussed appeared to be announcements and trailers, like different in-game items, new features, or minigames and events. They also stated that there was an announcement for a Design Your Own Beanie Baby 2.0, in which the winners were Charlie the Cow and Bubblegum the Zebra. Man, kind of basic. I'm sure they got way crazier and weird names or designs. Gotta keep it super brand friendly and professional, though. Supposedly, as of around 5 months ago, there is a Discord of people determined to bring Beanie Babies 2.0 back, similar to Club Penguin or Toontown Rewritten. These efforts, though, seem to be in vain, as the data from the game is simply lost. Unfortunately, thus is the vicious cycle of the internet. The downfall of once beloved games becoming lost to the tides of ever-evolving technology. Okay, maybe that was a bit dramatic, but I've got some strong feelings about the preservation of games. And it quite simply is an unpleasant feeling to know that my failing memory of childhood can not even be saved by internet archives. To not end on such a sour note, though, it did make me quite happy to look into this game and find out some more information about it. Kind of remember some things from my childhood that didn't quite stick in my brain. It made me pretty excited, too, to find out that there were people who were passionate enough about this game to want to try and bring it back. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, subscribe and let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Do you remember this game at all? Or did this maybe jog your memory? I really wanted to talk about this as it's both fascinating and infuriating to me. I can't say that word. So if you'd like to see videos similar to this in the future, please make sure to let me know. Persist, persevere, and viva la Pluto! See ya!